Hey folks, this is another of the LEGO Juniors series Jurassic World sets. This one is called Raptor Rescue Truck, and to be honest, it's not all that special. The clear highlight of the set is the new color scheme and print for this Velociraptor here, this Hollywood-style Velociraptor, with the bright lime green color that makes it really stand out. Makes it a little bit more toyish in a classic way, makes it probably a little bit more approachable for younger kids. And then the contrasting color is just a regular green, not a bright green or anything. Then it just has some print done in black. It's dual molded on the top part. You basically have a green color here and then lime green for the base, and then all the rest is just printed on, and it has the usual articulation of all of these raptors, so it's able to angle down to the ground. The arms are able to be moved independently up and down. They can hold on to anything that's the size of a bar or shape of a bar from LEGO. You can open and close the mouth, and then you can turn the head back and forth, and that looks really cool to me. Just doing that. And you can angle the whole thing up and down. You can move the legs relative to each other just a little bit, but any farther than that and it'll start to fall over on its own. But you can attach this to other bricks and plates and base plates and things. So if you do get it attached to something, then you can put it into more of a motion pose because it'll stay standing up. And here's a better look at the prints going across the top. Notice that there is a change in green color from here to here. This is the color of the plastic, and then the green that you see here, just the regular green, is actually the color of the paint. What's dark right there is just shadow, so you can ignore that, but this back here is actually a little bit darker, which actually looks cool to me. They're supposed to be color matched, but I like the fact that it's a little bit different. Gives it a little more depth. The truck is a very simple build. I feel like it leans more towards the low end of the 4 to 7 year old age range recommendation of this set than most of the junior sets do. It does use the single piece larger, what they call quick start chassis, which is a good idea. Some big wheels and tires. Nice print for that Jurassic World logo on the side. You get 2 of those. Those are 2x2 tile pieces. You also get the printed hazard white and red stripe piece along the back, and you get a couple of 1x6 printed yellow and black hazard stripe pieces going across the top. The guy gets a seat in there, and he gets just a steering wheel. There are clips on either side to hold on to some accessories, and the idea is that this is a trap back here to grab one of the dinosaurs that you want to relocate, and as such it is able to be removed. So the idea is that you would set the trap out in the wild, open it up, oops, not supposed to break that open, but open it up and put some food inside of there. I'll show you the food item they give you in just a minute, but yeah, you're supposed to basically lure the raptor in there, who would hop on in, and maybe he would turn to the side. That would be most convenient. Get his arms down in there and then trap him in, and then use magic to load all of this up onto the truck. They don't give you a ramp or anything to make that a little bit more believable. If you have like a helicopter or something, or a crane, then you can put that on there. With the trap removed, the truck looks really plain. Really plain, kind of like a flatbed, but then it does have some open spaces in there. I don't know, I think it would have been better without these 2 bricks. I personally recommend leaving these 2 dark gray bricks out completely. Then you get a little bit more utility. It becomes a little bit more like a pickup truck. But as it is, you just put this on the top, and then that's how you would transport your Raptor around. I think it looks pretty good with everything on it, but as soon as you leave any of those major components out, then it becomes more and more simple and basic and relatively uninteresting to me. There's the food item. It's a single leg of poultry, and they give you kind of a bait stick to attach it to, so that can be held in the hand of a figure, to keep it safely a little more than an arm's length away. I'm not sure if that's far enough to be dealing with a dinosaur, but the idea is that you would be able to kind of lure it in like this and maybe get it used to that type of food, or get it to follow you out of the trap when it's time to unload it, or you can just stick that into the trap and then drop it off. Just break the end off there and leave the food behind. The two included figures are Owen Grady, the star, and then an unnamed tracker figure on the right. I do not mind them including Owen in many of the sets. That's actually a very good thing because it means that folks who only want to get one particular set or just a couple of them have a much greater chance of getting the major star character in the set that they choose, so I do not mind the repetition whatsoever. Both of these figures look very good to me. The tracker has a tranquilizer gun there, and Owen here has a walkie-talkie or radio piece. It's the newer of that style of piece. There used to be a slightly older one that didn't look quite as good. Some prints on the backs of the torsos. Owen's print doesn't look that great. I actually like this guy's better, but Owen does at least get an alternate face, and that looks pretty good. It's very different. Here's a really good thing. Everything in this set can go together on the truck. They don't have an official second seat behind the main driver's seat there, but as you see, there is enough room to put a figure there standing, and because of the use of the panel piece, the lighter gray colored piece there, rather than bricks stacked up, you get enough room for any kind of hairpiece or a hat or something to fit there without having to angle that second figure back. And then you can put the accessories on the clips, so the tranquilizer gun on this side and the bait stick, the food stick on the other side, and of course put the dinosaur on the back, so everything becomes very portable and mobile. That's pretty cool. I actually like that look right there. But that's about it for the set. As usual, you cannot look at the price-to-part ratio for a junior set and compare it to the price-to-part ratios that you expect for standard sets, the older kids sets, because sets like this have really big pieces, like that whole entire chassis there. I feel like the volume of stuff that you get here when you actually put everything together is good. You actually get a good value for the amount of stuff you get here relative to other Lego sets that are priced similarly. And it's very good to get Owen. It's also good to get a generic employee, caretaker sort of figure. And it's nice to get a new Velociraptor. I like the color. I'm not a big fan of the print. It's relatively simple, while others have been, becoming progressively more interesting looking, more detailed, and more not necessarily realistic, but faux realistic. They feel more realistic. I also really appreciate the use of the prints, and that includes not only the Jurassic World logo, but those other parts that I showed you as well. So overall, I feel like this gets you a good value. Just be sure to look at the back of the box. If you are interested in getting this in a store, you actually have the box in your hand. Don't focus on the most camera-friendly setup that they have here, where it looks like it has the most bulk, and there's a lot of focus, or there's a lot of kind of saturation of the background that kind of makes everything look a little bit better than it really is. Look at this picture right here to get a better idea of what you're really going to get. With the trap off, the truck is very simple, so just consider this if you have this box in your hand when determining value and whether to buy this for yourself. That's it for this video, though. Hope I showed you everything that you need to help you to make a purchase decision for yourself, or that at least this was entertaining for you. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again very soon.